This week, the iconic agribusiness company SPC announced plans to rejoin the ASX with a reverse takeover, merging with the orange juice company and an infant formula maker called Nature One Dairy. The deal's expected to be completed in November and, if approved by investors, will result in SPC shareholders owning about 69% of the combined group. Joining me now is SPC Managing Director Robert Iovasi. Robert, thanks for your time. Just explain the benefits of this merger and why you want to rejoin the stock market.
This merger between these three business divisions is a fantastic testament to the quality of food, agriculture and produce here in the Australian market. Each of these businesses have iconic brands that we see on our pantry shelves every day, from SPC to OJC or the Original Juice Company, and Nature One Dairy in supplying not only infant formula but adult functional powdered milks here in Australia but also throughout Asia. By having these three businesses come together as one, we've got the potential to promote and champion Australian food and manufacturing on a global scale. And that's one of the exciting things about bringing this new group together as one. Relisting on the stock exchange gives us the opportunity to invest in our growth and allow investors to put some investment behind an iconic business and an iconic brand in the future.
Yeah, I think you're looking at revenue of roughly $400 million in the first year. You mentioned Asia. Is that really the big opportunity here for this newly combined company?
That's right, Ed. The combined group will bring in over $400 million in its first year in operation, subject to OJC shareholder approval of the deal. What we expect to see is not only growth here in the local market, but also expansion in Asia. And Nature One Dairy already has significant distribution channels across some major markets in Asia, including China. And we know that Australian produce can be celebrated and is considered premium in those markets. So we look forward to bringing more products to more consumers each day.
Now, I know you joined SPC about a year ago. I mean, how's it been tracking over the past 12 months with the state of Australia's economy and decline in consumer spending?
Yeah, look, just like most consumer products and FMCG businesses, it's been tough. It's been tough with the cost of living crisis and also the cost base from a supply chain and raw material perspective going up since COVID-19. So what this merger does, however, is gives us a platform to unlock growth. One way we can combat rising prices and pressures that we're all feeling each and every day is ensuring that we've got the potential to not only grow in Australia but also overseas. And that gives us confidence on being able to address some of those cost pressure issues that we've seen over the last 12 months.
Yeah, and how tough is it, a competitive standpoint, when there's pressure coming from overseas brands selling processed food, for example, in Aussie supermarkets?
Absolutely. One thing we can't control is sort of the price points that we see in import raw materials and fruit and vegetables coming into our country. But what we have done with this acquisition and merger of three business divisions is focused on investment in Australia and Australian manufacturing. We have demand across our three business divisions that we currently can't meet because of capacity constraints that we have at some of our sites. By bringing these three business divisions together, we can quickly unlock more capacity, more growth in the Australian market, creating more jobs in regional areas, which gives us the ability to then expand our reach overseas. So that gives us the opportunity to grow, and with that growth, compete on a global scale and mitigate some of those cost pressures that we see coming from overseas supply.
And just talk to me about your background at Asahi Beverages, what you learned there and how you're going to apply that, or how you've been applying that, at SPC.
Look, I had a wonderful career at Asahi Beverages. It was a fantastic learning ground for me in a number of roles that I had over that 16-year period of time. At the end of the day, we know that we survive by being relevant to consumers and customers each and every day. And the skills that we bring in a fast-moving consumer goods environment is very relevant, not only here in Australia, not only in food processing, which is where SPC is playing, but also on a global scale, and being able to promote the brands that we know and we love so much in Australia out on a global scale.
Yeah, you mentioned the brands, Orange Juice Company and Nature One Dairy. I mean, how big are these brands on shelves? Are they everywhere around Australia?
OJC, or the Original Juice Company, is a household brand across Australia. It's fantastic to see the innovation that OJC is bringing to the table. Recently, they launched an innovative product, which is a juice functional shot drink, which has added elements of health and wellness associated with that. And the demand for that product is actually skyrocketing at the moment. And we look forward to introducing that in Asia. Nature One Dairy has the majority of its sales made in those Asian markets I referenced earlier. That gives us the ability and the channels to therefore not only sell more of Nature One Dairy's products here in Australia, but equally gives us the infrastructure to be able to export SPC and OJC to those markets.
And the economic outlook, it looks like the economy is going to start picking up over the next 12 to 24 months. I mean, how positive are you about the future?
Absolutely. It has been tough, and consumers have been doing it tough over the last 12 months. So it's great to see some positive signs in the economy creeping in. The best thing I can do as a custodian of brands and running a food business is ensuring that we're delivering to those consumers who've been doing it tough new and innovative products that are a bit more indulgent, give them a bit more functionality, and are better and healthier for you. And that's our commitment that we're making with this new merged business into the future.
And just quickly run us through the deadlines for when shareholders will vote on this, and what is the new company actually going to be called?
Yeah, so the deal is subject to approval from OJC shareholders, being the listed vehicle entity. We expect that approval process will take about 30 days. So the relisting, if that was to occur, we're anticipating somewhere towards early to mid-November. Upon relisting, the group would be known as SPC Global, and this transaction gives credibility to the global nature of the food and beverage company that we've now created.
SPC Managing Director Robert Iovasi, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.